What happens when two of the most benefic planets are in the same house in your chart? Today we will be discussing about the conjunction of Jupiter and Venus. Hello friends, my name is Hardik and you're watching my YouTube channel on Vedic Astrology, Astrokeen. So let's start. Now, before we discuss about this conjunction between Jupiter and Venus, my request to all of you who are watching the video is please subscribe to my channel. If you subscribe to my channel, I only get encouragement to make more such videos. Thank you very much, and please share the video if you like it. Now let's come back to this conjunction of two of the most natural benefic planet, that is Jupiter and Venus. What is Jupiter? Jupiter is the most auspicious planet. Jupiter represents wealth, Jupiter represents knowledge, Jupiter represents wisdom, Jupiter represents money, Jupiter represents your gurus, Jupiter is about higher education, Jupiter is about spirituality, Jupiter is about marriage and your husband if you are a woman. That's what Jupiter is. Jupiter represents some of the most auspicious thing in your chart. Venus as well represents some of the most beautiful thing in your chart, right? Venus is about love. Venus is about creativity. Venus is about luxurious things. Venus is also about luxurious goods, right? So Venus is a beautiful planet as well. The difference between Jupiter and Venus is Jupiter is a more spiritual planet, Venus is a more materialistic planet. So now what happens when Jupiter and Venus are in the same house or they're in conjunction? As I said to you before, I consider a conjunction to be really strong if the degree of those two planets are 15 degree or less. If Jupiter is at 4 degree and Venus is at 28 degree, or if Venus is at 3 degree and Jupiter is at 25 degree, it still technically is a conjunction, but because the degree between the planet is more than 15 degree or 20 degrees, the effect of the conjunction will be relatively less. Let's look at this conjunction in a different way, because here is lot of goodness, but this goodness are in a different direction altogether. One is a spiritual goodness, the other one is a materialistic goodness. So what happens is that you kind of get confused, and hence Jupiter and Venus don't do very well if they are placed in chart, because Jupiter will take you towards spirituality and Venus will take you to the materialistic world. So you in between, you are confused. Where do you go? What do you do? If you are able to control the energy there, if you are able to channelize both Jupiter and Venus, then they can create wonderful things for you. Some of those wonderful things that can be created is your creativity. If you are a creative person, your creativity can go the spiritual way. You can be a fabulous writer in spiritual stuff. You may act in things related to spirituality. So you can be a great coach who can come out in the public and express his talent. For example, I'm a yoga teacher, and that's where Jupiter comes in handy, right? If your Jupiter is strong, you can be a great meditation teacher, a great yoga teacher, and if you have a great Venus as well, you can go out and spread that knowledge with lot of creativity, with lot of acting abilities, with lot of creative goodness. You can spread it, you can be very popular. That's where Jupiter and Venus work very well together. If you're a writer and if you're a good writer, then what happens is that you can bring in the Jupiter angle to it and write about spirituality, write about higher learnings, write about higher knowledge. You will get a lot of benefits out of it, right? If you're a dancer, you can bring in those higher form of dance into your art, and you can see a lot of goodness happening there. So it can be a confused conjunction because Jupiter is a different kind of a planet and Venus is a different kind of a planet. But if you're able to channelize them, if you're able to manage both the energy, you can see a lot of goodness happening. Now, if Jupiter and Venus are conjunct and there is an involvement of Mercury somewhere, then a beautiful yoga is formed, which is called as Saraswati yoga, right? Saraswati yoga needs to form if Mercury is also involved. It's not only about Jupiter and Venus, but I'm talking about this yoga because Jupiter and Venus can also bring goodness if they get support from Mercury. You can be a very intelligent person. You can be very, very good in the creative field. You can be very knowledgeable. You can be very intelligent, and good things can happen. You'd like your Jupiter and Venus to form the conjunction in one of the kendras, or at least the trines, right? The 1, 4, 5, 7, 9 and 10 houses. If they're forming a yoga there, you will see a lot of benefit out of this yoga. This can also help you to have great relationship which will have a spiritual connection. You may fall in love, but there'll be not that relation will not only be physical and emotional, but it will also have a spiritual angle to it. There'll be a divine angle to it because there is a Jupiter involvement, and for that your Jupiter needs to be very strong. Your Jupiter needs to be a benefic planet. Similarly, your Venus also has to be a good, strong, well placed planet. They should not be afflicted. If that happens, then you can see that your love will flourish. So this is about the conjunction. It depends on how you manage it. It can sometimes be very, very confusing. It can sometimes be very, very tiring because the energies are very different. The directions of the energies are very different. You will remain confused, but if you're able to channelize, then a lot of good things can happen. Thank you for watching my video. Please share the video if you like it. Please mention in the comment box if you have anything else to share with me. If you have any feedback that you want to give it to me, please subscribe to my channel. Take care and have a great day. Bye-bye.